what up everybody, it's your boy the Kryptonian saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 606, and this is pretty good, man. So once again, another chapter, feels like a setup, but at the same time it's highly entertaining to read because again it's more of those straw hat character interactions, and I like how Nico Robin, like shit, I jumped the gun again. The personality is coming out and you see just how well read she is and how observant she is. You understand how Nico Robin survived as much as she did, which is why I want to talk about this, man. You know, if you guys remember, like when you got to Nico Robin's flashbacks and everything, when she was, falling, and how she had went from place to place to place and kept getting betrayed and couldn't really find a home, and got implied certain things happened before she found her way to Crocodile. And what I thought was really interesting is she's looking and Chopper is like, oh wow, it's a jellyfish, and she automatically says like, hey Chopper, don't touch that damn thing, that might be poisonous. And sure enough, what ends up happening is jellyfish gets eaten by another fish. That fish ends up dying, and Chopper is like, oh my god, Robin, you're so smart. And it's just like, yeah, Robin, even if she wasn't able to read, Robin, she's got what we call street smarts, man. So I like that. And it's like when Luffy and Sanji and Zoro are gone, literally we're seeing Nico Robin become the brains of the ship. And that's something that I hadn't given her that thing before. Like, she's literally got the best qualities when it comes to that, because for a long time I felt like Nami was the smartest person on the crew. It's like, oh shit, Kryptonian Saiyan's actually being unbiased. Yeah, I can be unbiased. You guys know when I'm trolling, when I'm not trolling. But here's the thing, right? Like, Nami, the quick temper's there, and she's very knowledgeable. At the same time, she reacts, okay? Whereas Nico Robin, yeah, she might have the dark humor and might haul off, and the Straw Hats don't hear from her for a while, whatever, right? But at the same time, Luffy's gone and she stepped up. Like, she stepped up. Like, Chopper, don't touch that, she might die. Usopp, go play with your dick somewhere. And she didn't say that, but she kept the crew running, and I like that. I like that. Like how she's talking about how deep down they are, about how like the sea has these different monsters, and she's explaining how they evolved. And when Usopp's making fun of the fish, she says, no, stupid ass, not all of them are not going to be able to see. Some of them evolve. And she's just, it's that wealth of information's coming out, and I feel like she kind of grabbed the crew and kind of centered it back in. And that goes back to something I've been saying from the very beginning. When I saw Luffy was getting the people for his crew, I said, hey, every member of the Straw Hats could probably run their own crew at some point. And Luffy, he's got an eye for talent. I like what he's doing here. And it's a reflection of you as a leader when you can get people who themselves could lead elsewhere. They could be leaders among men, but they choose to follow you. So I like this, man. And again, I was just saying I wanted more personality from her, and we see it, and we see a little bit of growth from her. So I thought that that was pretty cool. Now the other thing too is when they got this fucking idiot with the devil fruit, and he's able to turn into mud and all that. And what I thought was cool was how he's plotting and scheming. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna go into the women's bathroom. I'm gonna go in there because that's where Nami's gonna be. Again, he didn't go to look at Nico Robin. He went because he was trying to look at some Nami. Like, that's a smart man right there. That's a real smart man. Because looking at Nico Robin, like looking at that shit Sanji was looking at for 2 fucking years straight. He didn't know he was looking at let me quit. So, on some real shit though. On some real shit. So, I do like how Franky is looking. He's just like, this motherfucker right here. Like, he does know that I can see him, right? And sure enough, Franky is just looking along, and he's like, okay, I'm going to slap this dude in some seals and some chains and everything, and we're going to be glad that we got us a fucking idiot. Otherwise, we would have been in some trouble. And I like how, again, bad situation, Brook was like, oh my god, this is so dark down here. And he says, fuck it, I'm going to make a song. And it's just like, again, silver lining. I like how what we see out of the Straw Hats. Brook has this song coming out, and it's like he's just trying to get the best out of it. And that's another callback to the character, because when you got his backstory in Thriller Bark, it was very, very heartbreaking. How he's playing one last song with his crew, and they're all dropping dead. And even as a skeleton, right? Because he ate the revived eye fruit, even as a skeleton, Brook, he's still playing the music. And it's just like, I love that. I love how little small things are showing their character and showing back references to what they've been through. That's very beautiful. It's something that me and my girls talk about all the time, right? Like, music brings people together. Like, if you want to know something about somebody, just look at the type of music that they listen to. If, like, for me, right, and I'm probably gonna have to turn in some of my man cards now, and I don't really give a fuck, but you know, that's just like with me, right? Like, one of my favorite albums is the Phrase album, The Fray, and the other album that I really like, I know that like line for line, every single lyric to the everything. I know every line in there. As soon as I hear the melody, I don't even need like the song playing. I can just sing that shit on my own, right? And it's the same thing when I get into Breaking Benjamin. When you get into the Dear Agony CD, I know every fucking line. And it's because music marks time. And at the same time, like those songs, those melodies, it brings something out of you. And with Brook, it's just like, I think that's how he kind of copes with things. He's very silly, but at the same time, for him, music is his way of saying, when Nico Robin's pulling everybody together, let me see what I got to do as well. What do I have to do to help out? So I like that. I like that. I really, really like that. That's really, really good. Now, let's get to the real thing, right? Let's get to the real thing. So, what's going on here, right? Luffy, he just tamed the fucking Kraken. This is so fucking nice, man. Did it all panel, too. It's just like Luffy, if this was Naruto, he would just sit down and say, okay, talk no jutsu, bitch. Luffy just sat down and said, I'm going to keep hitting you over the fucking head until you fucking understand. You're working for me now. Man, Nami and them, they're in the volcano area. Everything's getting hotter. They're worried that the volcanoes, underground volcanoes, the undersea volcanoes are going to start sprouting up. They have this weird looking fish that is a predator fish shining the light, and they're like, oh shit, we're going to be taken out of. You got this haunted sea vessel that is coming through, and Brook tells the story about how the guy threw his crew overboard and how the gods cursed them. And sure enough, it's like, holy shit, this is an actual ghost ship, which was pretty interesting. And it makes me wonder, because I think we got teased with this when it comes to Thriller Bark, because you're at that like unknown region and all that. So I'm wondering if this is tied in that, the region where all the ships go missing. So I'm wondering if that's tied into it. But here's what's like really telling about this, right? Luffy uses the Supreme King Haki. Now I know what the fuck it is. I think that's pretty interesting, because Luffy says stop this, and directs it at the huge giant thing, and the thing falls over, right? Well, not the giant, the fish says stop this, it falls over, and then Luffy tells the Kraken, go kick its ass. And you see Luffy and Zoro and Sanji, they're in the bubble and everything, and Zoro just has this look like, I'm just along for the fucking ride, dude. Like, that's my captain, he's gonna do what he do. So I like that. I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know what the fuck happened with Zoro and Mihawk during the time skip. I feel like Zoro's changed, and this is what's gonna be crazy, right? Just how I was saying with Nico Robin, like, when's some of her personality gonna come out? I'm guessing something's gonna happen with Zoro where there's gonna be more Zoro stuff, and Oda has a tendency to make me eat my words. So I'm like, when are you gonna do this? And then he turns around and does it a few chapters later, and again, it's like the writer part, the editorial assistant part, the whole thing of teaching. I mean, just different life experiences in my very short time here on Earth. But I mean, I just look at him like, oh shit, why are you not doing this? And it's because I'm getting impatient. and I'm reading it chapter by chapter, and so it's really hard. You know, it's like you have to look at it from this perspective. This series like this, you got to read them a volume at a time in order to properly judge. You know, sure enough, Oda tends to fix the same things. I'm saying, why aren't you doing this shit? And there's probably some stuff that editor said you might need to speed the spit up, and sure enough, it fucking happened. So I like how Luffy just came in and just tamed the fucking Kraken, dude. And now they got a legit way to get to Fishman Island because that thing can navigate them through. So I do like this. The only thing is they got the wild card that's in the they got that captain that's in that box barrel thing, the barrel, and he says when they get to Fishman Island, I'm gonna cut their heads off. So Oda's teasing that. I don't know what's going on with Fishman Island with them, but Oda's teasing it. So my chapter question to you guys is, how impressed were you that Luffy is at a small level willingly and knowingly using his Supreme King Haki in the way that he is? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Have an awesome day.